To place a schedule on a sheet, we should first create a schedule sheet. On the View ribbon, in the Sheet Composition panel, select Sheet. In the New Sheet dialog, I'll select the E1 30 by 42 horizontal title block, or A1 metric in the metric file, and then click OK. Revit immediately creates a sheet, and that sheet becomes the active view. I'll expand the Sheets branch in the project browser, right-click the new sheet, and select Rename from the shortcut menu. I'll change the number to MEP-100 and name the sheet Schedules, and then click OK. Next, expand the Schedules Quantities branch of the project browser. Here, we can see all the schedules created for the project. I'll select the mechanical equipment schedule, drag it onto the sheet, and then click to place the schedule. Once it is placed, the schedule remains selected on the sheet. When I move the cursor over the schedule, the cursor changes to the move symbol, and I can then drag the schedule to a new location. There are also controls along the top of the schedule which can be used to increase or decrease the width of each column. You can click and drag the triangular grips to change the widths of the columns. When adjusting the widths of columns, it's best to work from left to right. As I widen each column, the text no longer wraps, and each element takes up only one line in the schedule. If you prefer to adjust column widths in the Schedule view, you can switch to the Schedule view and adjust the columns there as well. For example, I'll open the mechanical equipment schedule. Once I do, I'll drag the column line on the far right to increase the width of the column. Then I'll use the Switch Windows tool in the Quick Access toolbar to switch back to the sheet. As you can see, the schedule has updated here as well. Once the schedule has been placed onto a sheet, you can break it by clicking the Split Schedule table grip. As soon as I do, the schedule splits in two, with the two sections placed side by side. When you click and drag the schedule, both pieces move together. But once split like this, you can click and drag the Move Control grip in the upper left corner to move the two pieces individually. Be aware that each of these can now be split. You can use the grip at the bottom of the schedule to adjust the length of that side, which will cause rows to wrap into the other portion of the schedule. While you can adjust the schedule so that it breaks at a logical place, remember that the schedule is not a static element. As you add or delete mechanical equipment components in the model, the schedule will continue to update, so you may need to adjust this again in the future. If you change your mind and no longer want the schedule to be split, you can click and drag the control grip and drag and drop one portion of the schedule onto the other. As you can see, there are multiple controls to resize and move the schedule as needed.